everybody, and in the beginning of this year I made a video where I talked about DCEU, and particularly why I thought that DCEU had no future. And looking back at that video, I regret it a lot. I feel like what I said in that video wasn't what I meant, and I kind of hate that video right now. Like, I would delete it, but for now I'm going to keep it. But it's definitely going to be one of those videos that I will surely delete in the future. So today I decided to sit down and kind of clarify the things I said in that video, justify my words, and definitely correct myself, and also give you my new fresh thoughts and looks on DC or DCEU. So my biggest point in that video why I thought DCEU had no future was because I thought that DCEU making movies out of the universe wasn't a good idea. I said that nobody would care about the DC movies if they weren't in the DCEU, if they weren't in the universe connected, and I hate that thought because I feel like nowadays, like anybody else, I reminisce of the good old times when superhero movies didn't feel the urge and obligation to set up billions of sequels and other universes. Like, you know, good old Raimi movies, or, you know, the Dark Knight trilogy, or the old Superman movies. Those were just movies about the hero, about its origin. It would concentrate on the characters and the story, and not care about the fact that, oh, well, we're in the universe, we gotta remind the person every goddamn second. Yeah, I miss those times as well. I mean, let's be honest, some of the old superhero movies that were just standalone movies are the ones that we love, and some of the best ones, and the ones that we still come back to. I mean, for example, if you want to watch a random MCU movie, you're probably going to be confused a little bit. I mean, general plot you will understand, but there will be a lot of references to other MCU movies, and you're going to feel confused, or sometimes it's going to be completely 100% connected to previous events that happened in a previous Marvel movie. And it is fun, obviously, if you watched all the movies, it is fun to see, oh, that's the reference, I get it. But if you just want to watch, like, for example, Spider-Man Homecoming, and you haven't seen other Marvel movies, you're going to be a little bit confused, and that's a bit of a problem. I mean, I did make an entire video about problems that I have with MCU Spidey, where one of my biggest points was that I'm not happy with constantly being reminded that we're in the universe, that there are Iron Man and other heroes and references. I just want to see a Spidey movie about Spider-Man and his characters. I don't want to be reminded. You might feel like, oh wait, but this video is about DCU, why are you talking about Spider-Man? Well, it's all connected, because what I'm trying to say is that being reminded that we're in the universe and this entire like greater universe, this idea, isn't always good. It's a fun thing to have, but I feel like there should be a balance, and when you constantly remind your movies that we're in the universe, that just becomes a little bit annoying and sickening. Now that I'm done talking about the problems with the greater universe idea, I want to justify my words that I said in that previous video about DCEU that I made in the beginning of the year, and make me look like less of an idiot, hopefully. The only way I could justify my words would be by telling you how excited I was when DC first announced that they're making their own universe, DC Extended Universe. I was so excited about that because, as I've said it in a billion times, in a billion videos, I love DC. I love these characters, and I want to see great movies with them. So when DCU announced the greater universe, I was excited because I thought, oh wow, we could get Justice League. How awesome would it be? And no, I didn't want to see another MCU. I wanted to see DCEU with their own style, their own way of filmmaking, storytelling. I wanted to get a new flavor from superhero movies. I was excited about that. And the cast and crew in these movies were so great. Ben Affleck as Batman was a great casting choice. He was my favorite part of Batman v Superman. And then Superman, played by Henry Cavill, I always believed in that guy. I felt like always he could be a great Superman if he was given a good script. But I still never minded him. I thought it was pretty okay. And then Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman was fantastic. Jason Momoa as Aquaman was fantastic. Zachary Levi as Shazam was fantastic. Ezra Miller as Flash, I don't know, like, I feel like with a good script, again, he could pull it off. And then, you know, Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn is a great casting choice that I didn't really like in Suicide Squad. I didn't really like that character, but maybe in Birds of Prey she will be cool, we'll see. But what I'm trying to say is that crew, cast, all these guys were so talented, are so talented, but I don't know, it just didn't work out, and that always really disappointed me, because I was so excited. I was like, oh my god, look at the cast, look at the crew, like, this is gonna be awesome. And then my DC fan heart was broken into little pieces. But it does make sense for DC right now to make random movies other than the movies that are in the universe, because at this point DCU is like a shattered glass, and it would be so difficult to take all these little pieces and try to make it into one. It actually would be easier to start a brand new universe. The first movie that came out of this idea was Joker, which was brilliant. I loved it, and so did many people. Joaquin Phoenix has that Oscar in his pocket. He's getting that Oscar, and he deserves it. He did a fantastic job. And that was just a movie about Joker, about this mentally ill, disturbed person. It didn't bother to set up anything else, and that's great. Other DC movies like Suicide Squad 2 confuse me a little bit, because is it going to be in the universe? Is there a universe at this point? I'm not sure, but I feel like that's going to be a pretty good movie. I mean, James Gunn is directing it, and let's be honest, if you watch Suicide Squad 1, you know that they wanted to recreate Guardians of the Galaxy a little bit, but in DC, and they got the director. I feel like it's going to be a fun movie. I feel like it's going to have that vibe of Guardians of the Galaxy, but it's not going to be a copy for sure. It's going to be something that DC made on their own, but it's going to have that little bit of a vibe, and I feel like it's going to be fun. I mean, the cast is awesome, so yeah, I have high hopes for that movie. Another movie that confuses me is Wonder Woman 84. I mean, is it going to be in the universe? Because Wonder Woman's first movie was in that universe. She was in Justice League. And is it going to be connected? I'm not sure. At this point, it's kind of confusing. Also, Chris Pine's character is alive, which I don't know how they're going to explain it. Maybe it's going to be a brand new movie. I literally am clueless, but we'll see. A movie that I trashed in my previous video was Birds of Prey. But there's a reason for that. Come on, as I said, I'm not a huge fan of Harley Quinn in Suicide Squad. I like the character, I like the actress, I just didn't like the way she was in that movie. And at that point, I was like, yeah, you know, DC is going nowhere, Birds of Prey is going to be trash. But now I've kind of changed my opinion, because the trailer was pretty okay. You know, it's still hit or miss. It could be great or it could be pretty shitty, but we'll see. There are some hopes that I have for that movie. It could be fun if it is just focusing on being a fun, entertaining Harley Quinn movie with other characters that I'm not sure who they are actually at this point, because they had so many other versions of Birds of Prey, other characters they wanted, so I'm confused with what they went with, but we'll see. I'm excited for that movie. In a way, it still saddens me that we're not going to get a good Justice League movie where we have Ben Affleck's Batman, Zachary Levi's Shazam, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, but not the one we got, a good one, or Green Lantern, everything. The ones that we saw in animated movies, like animated DC movies, are so good. I just want to see that Justice League on screen with these awesome actors. Like, that's just still breaks my heart. That's the one reason that I would like to see DCU, but I guess we're not getting that. Another point I made in that video was that basically DCU is not going to be able to exploit fans as MCU did, for example, with Captain Marvel, as I said in that video. Because, come on, $1 billion for that movie? It was just okay. It wasn't a bad movie. It wasn't perfect, but it had $1 billion in the box office because it came out right before Endgame, and all of us fans went in to see who she was. So when it comes to like economical aspect, DC is losing, but it doesn't really concern us fans. I'm just, you know, that was just a point I made. So overall, I am excited for the future of DC. I want to see more of movies like Joker. Maybe one day, maybe when I'm 50 years old, we'll see Matt Reeves' Batman. Because at this point, he has rewritten the script so many times, I'm not sure when that movie's coming out. But I hope that when it comes out, it's a good movie. And as I said, there are movies like Birds of Prey and stuff that I am excited about. We'll see. Maybe it will be pretty good. Maybe DCU is heading in a direction that will be awesome and something fresh and something different, because we have MCU. And how about DC making movies that are not in the universe, something new that we haven't seen? I mean, we have seen previously, but nowadays people don't make movies like this. People all try to set up their own universe to exploit us fans. Dumb, naive fans. So that's it for this video, guys. Let me know down in the comments below, what are your thoughts on DC/DCU's future and their upcoming movies? Are you excited about them? Which ones are you excited about? I want to know your opinion, and if you enjoyed this video, you can leave a like. If you didn't, you can leave a dislike, and if you don't want to miss my other movie and TV show related videos, subscribe to this channel, and I'm gonna go and maybe rewatch The Joker again, because that was a damn good movie. Bye.